Stone cutters cutting. Hey guys, good morning from the National Cathedral. It's a little bit cold, but the skies are blue. I'm walking down today because I can't find a bike because the subway's a mess and there's no bikes. So we're gonna walk down to the White House. It's gonna take us about an hour. And we'll see what we see on the way. Not much going on at the White House. A lot of meetings with congressional leaders and whatnot trying to get that bill passed. We might see some of them coming in or out. Anyway, we always going to get lunch too. Maybe we'll go to a museum. The flags at the Norway embassy are at half staff now. I don't know if that's for Colin Powell or the terrorist victims who died in Norway earlier this week in a random street attack. But many embassies do follow the U.S. on flag protocol. So. They snuck in the other side today. Interesting. They went around to 15th Street for some reason. Way up there. No, you can't see her getting out really. It's too far away. Maybe if it's on the other side. Someone's on the patio. And we're going to spin over onto Pennsylvania Avenue, though I'm not sure if it's open at the moment. Honestly, they just closed the fences. Weird. Let's go up to the park. If you can't get into the road that way, you might be able to get into it by the park. So this is the Talo House. This was a very famous dining salon. Wealthy families of Washington, D.C. would come here prior to the Civil War. And I talked to you guys about the death of Francis Scott Key's son, who was murdered by Congressman Sickles, just about where that tree is. But next to this is the United States Court of Appeals. Now, this wasn't always the United States Court of Appeals. There used to be another house here, equally as grand, equally as popular, and it was occupied by a guy named Seward. Now, Seward, you might have heard of, he was Seward's Folly. The guy who bought Alaska used to live right over here. He was Secretary of State, I believe under Lincoln, also a stout abolitionist. At one time, though, there was an assassination team heading over to kill him at his house right there. They tore it down, and then they built an opera house, and they tore that down and built the Court of Appeals. But one time, he lived right there, over on Madison Place as well. Seward's Folly, Alaska. All right, let's see what's over on Pennsylvania Avenue today. Pretty darn quiet. The flags are at half-mast. Lawnmowers going around doing their thing. It is a pretty day again today. No clouds in the background. We had those lovely clouds yesterday. Today it's just blue skies. Secret Service bicycle team just chit-chatting over here. They just handled the arrival of the vice president. So now they're out in the park just yabbering. And our daily protesters, U.S. out of Korea. That's the Korea with a sea woman. She's here pretty regularly. Flags at half-staff. No spotters on the roof at the moment. But Marine is on duty over there. You can see the Marine. Let's get up on the sidewalk. Ugh. There you go. What a pretty day. Somebody's filming over there. Not sure what. Marine doesn't care. So, probably not the best idea because it's really chilly today. I decided to go down F Street. F Street runs us past Ford's Theater, where Abraham Lincoln was shot. In fact, I guess we can just turn over here and take a look at it, yeah? Anything to get into the sun. So here's Ford's Theater on the left, this red brick building. This is where Abraham Lincoln was shot. After he was shot, his body was rushed across the street to Dr. Peterson's house, which is that building right there, and that's where he passed away. Both of those are now national landmarks run by the Park Service. They are just up the street from the FBI building, FBI headquarters, where we can ride our bike by, past the flower pots. That's what they call these security devices, flower pots. They're designed for car bombs. And up ahead is the FBI staff entrance. You see people going out, going in, cars coming out. A lot of you ask, is the FBI closed? And I'd have to say, no, it's not. In fact, it's one of the busiest buildings I see in Washington, D.C. as far as actually having people back in the office. FBI police, that's the security force at the FBI. And that's the IRS building over there. It's a little bit quieter over there. The entrance is open, but I don't really see many people going in and out. Not like FBI. Pretty much every time I go by the FBI, I see someone go in or out. Maybe 1 out of every 4 times I go past the IRS. 5 times I see someone go in or out. Much more quiet at the IRS headquarters. That said, I still paid my taxes the other day. So let's go up a little closer today and see more about those fences. You guys keep asking me about the fences. I showed them to you the other day up close, and today maybe we'll go a little closer. Unfortunately, I don't have my super zoom today, but I think if we go up this hill, we can get pretty close to them. So you can see over here, the house chamber, there is no fence, not even out here on the patio. Now, we're going to see some fencing. Oh, well, we see the fencing right here, for example. They've got the bicycle racks here. And it looks like they have started working on the rock. Apparently the west face of the U.S. Capitol is scheduled for repairs. And here you can see some guys going through. Looks like they're checking the caulk in the ceiling, the sealant. So we're here on the south lawn, or the west lawn, and you guys can see the fences that are up there, and you can see construction guys actually working on the fence and working on the steps and the facade. I believe these fences are probably for the scheduled reconstruction of the west face of the U.S. Capitol, because the fences don't extend very far. They just extend like that area there. They don't go, say, over to the House, and they don't go beyond the Senate. See, that's kind of the end of the fence line right over there. So scaffolding or security fence, I think. We'll go around the other side. I'll show you. I don't see any fences on the other side. Oop, there's a big, what is that, one of those bucket trucks, and they've got a guy working on it right now. Because they've also got a fence down here too, a bicycle rack fence. So now we're over on the Senate side, and again you can see the fence does not extend over to the Senate side. It just seems to be right here in the central area. I guess that's the area they're going to work on first. Some Capitol Police up on the fence there. And it just doesn't look like a fence. It looks like something much stronger. Look how tall those black pillars are. I mean, it's like they're going to put a scaffold on top of that or something. I don't know. We got a protester here. Look, he's protesting. A big lie. The poison continues to spread. So I told you the Senate's in session. You could probably tell by the number of Suburbans that are here at the moment. Seems everybody has a Suburban. It's like all the cool kids drive Suburbans. They got a good deal on them. So that is the Cannon House Office building, and over here is the Longworth House Office building. I mentioned Longworth yesterday when I showed you Alice Roosevelt Longworth's house. Longworth was the Speaker of the House. This building was named after him. His wife was Alice Roosevelt, the first daughter of Theodore Roosevelt, and she lived back over in DuPont Circle. Cannon was Speaker Joe Cannon from Danville, Illinois. Danville, Illinois is known for two things. Joe Cannon, Speaker of the House, and Chuckles candy, which is like one of my favorite candies. So Joe Cannon was the Speaker of the House when Teddy Roosevelt was the president, and Joe Cannon represented sort of the machine Republicans, and Teddy Roosevelt represented the progressive Republicans. So those two had a number of battles, even though they were on the same team. So we're going down a tree-lined street over to Eastern Market. Eastern Market is the oldest farmers market still in operation in DC. And they got a place called the Market Lunch, Market Cafe, which is famous. It's been in Food Network, Discovery Channel, Condé Nast, New York Times. If you come to DC, this is a place you gotta eat. Sorry, you just have to. Alrighty, let's go get a sandwich, yeah? Chicken sandwich. Hot. Really hot. Judiciary Square, where they have a number of different courthouses for all the things. This is the United States Courthouse, Court of Appeals for the Armed Forces. Yeah, and there's other little random courts in this area. All these buildings are courthouses. Many District Court of Appeals for DC. Many of them are courts you don't even really recognize. Here's all the flowers from last weekend's memorial services. Wow. This is the Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. And these are from Colorado. These are photographs of the officers who passed away. Some passed away last year, some passed away in the past. And police officers brought blue flowers and other memorials. Where are these from? Peppermint Police. So this is like a state brought for all their people from that state. U.S. Marshals. Lots of photographs, lots of mementos. There's a beer can, blue roses, blue flowers, blue carnations, pictures of people and their kids. These are law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty. And last week was Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Week. Massachusetts end of watch 1932 motorcycle crash. See, this is a police officer from Portland who died in 1915, 1874. But they remember them. They remember them even today. Phoenix, 1971. Massachusetts, 2020, September 3rd, struck by a vehicle. And if that was not enough, that's only half of the memorial. The memorial continues as well on this side, and again, there are so many more faces and flowers over here as well. End of watch, May 28th, 2020. Over here you can see more flowers. Washington State Police.
15 minutes or so. Suspicious powder package scare 601 East Street Northwest. It's on the loading dock, I believe. Package with some powder on it or in it.
Near there. That's it. 601 E Street. Just down the street. We got a hazmat suspicious package just called down the street. Let's go take a look, but let's finish up here.
What is it, the AARP building?
Yeah, AARP. AARP is at 6th and E, right at the corner. See the firemen going out with hoses now. DC police are showing up on bikes as well. Still don't know where the loading dock is. Let's go figure this out. There's the loading dock. So they're looking through some sort of package or something. This is the view of the back of the house. It's got a pretty big yard. Can't see anything in the windows though. It'll be one of those days. I just got a report that there's a protest at the White House. People might be getting arrested, including a celebrity, Alyssa Milano. Not sure, but hey, I ran down here. This time in a car, not on a bike, and we'll see what's going on. We're also going to... I'm having one of those I came to Casablanca for the waters moments, as it looks like the protest has left. Guess they got arrested and I'm down here all by myself at the White House with not much going on. Bummer. And well, meh. Still is a pretty day though. If somebody wanted to take a look at the White House any chance you can get, so swing by over here. But that's about it. Let's go to the other side of the park. Maybe there's some protesters there. Hey, we haven't checked on Andrew Jackson today either. See how the statue repairs came along. So apparently this is one of the first bronze statues ever made in the world, and also one of the first statues of a horse to have his legs up in the air. Oh wow. Guess what? They didn't get all the paint off. Yeah? So looks like they got to come back for round two. Welcome to Butthead. Second lunch. Yeah, I deserve a second lunch.